Good morning, people. Let's see, my name is Edward Bevilacqua. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2022. It's about 6:01 in the morning here in southwestern Nevada. And good morning, Rebecca. Good to see you there. See who comes on next. Wadabevi and Mitch. Good morning, people. We'll wait a few minutes, see if Carla gets on board. There's Matt. Matt, we're going to need your help this morning. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, who's now a year older. And there is Carla. So the Fab Five have entered the room. Okay, so today is Wednesday. What does that mean? That means it's our volunteer breakfast. Let's have the volunteer breakfast for the last time over at the Methodist Church, because I got a thing from the pastor yesterday saying she's made arrangements for somebody to open the door at 7:30, and I don't want to not show up. So we're going to have it at the Methodist Church one more time. Home, as Wadabebi says, home niva shivam. But just in case, let's make sure we have bowls. Bowls. Let's make sure we have bowls and spoons. So if you've got a tote, something that's small enough to carry bowls and spoons in, you probably need coffee cups. Okay, let's see if we can do that. So Matt, we need your help transporting at least a couple people over there to start setting up tables. I will be there at 7:30 just to make sure. And I have milk. I have cereal. Where's the cereal from last week? Remember, if it's not yours, don't take it. So I bought a box of cereal last week that we really didn't use. Maybe it's still over at Honeysuckle. My hunch is somebody took it and decided they were going to eat it. So milk, cereal, bananas, fruit. Let's see, what else do we need? Anyway, that's what I have. Cereal, milk, bananas, fruit. Okay. Well, let's get right to it. We'll talk about that later. If Matt can drive at least one group of people over, that would be very helpful. If Matt cannot do it, let me know. And this week we actually need everybody ready to go at 7:30. Not saying you're ready to go, and then I actually get there before anyone else. After having to drop somebody off at Pink Donut in the morning to go to work, and my Peloton and the podcast and everything else. So let's please make sure everybody's ready to go. Okay, boom, cut, next thing. Okay, break to commercial. Okay, we're back. We're back, everyone. So today is Wednesday. It's our volunteer breakfast day. And on our TED Talk of today is Johann Hari, talking about everything you think you know about addiction is wrong. I want to talk about that for a second. But looking at the worksheet, advice from an 80-year-old, be a good loser. Why? Because if you're not a good loser, nobody's going to want to play with you. So you're going to be out on your own. So when you don't win, be a good loser, because you want to have people continue to play with you, want you to be in the game. You don't want to be sitting on the sideline. Tomorrow is going to be a good winner, because once again, you want people to play with you. And this kind of starts when you're a young kid. If other kids won't play with you by the time you're 4 years old, it's really hard, according to Jordan Peterson. If you don't develop social behaviors by the time you're 4, other kids are not really going to want to play with you. You're going to be an outsider. And Matt might have some comments on that. Did he have a lot of friends at the age of 4? Who knows? Okay, we'll find out. Here's another good thing. It is in red. Seth Godin. Seth Godin. I don't learn that way. I don't learn that way. If you're sitting on the dock watching the swim class without getting wet, it's more accurate to say, I'm just watching. There are plenty of theories of how people learn, how different people learn. Online, we're in the middle of the biggest learning experiment in history, with countless videos, podcasts, and interactive courses teaching just about everything. In my experience, there are 2 uncomfortable pedagogical methods that lead to better learning outcomes. What? Doing it poorly on the way to doing it better. Right. You start out here, you end up here over time. Keep doing it. And the second one, engaging with others in mutual support and exploration. Groups, teams. It's certainly possible that you're the rare learner who actually absorbs new ideas and techniques simply by reading a summary. Okay? It's rare. If it's important, though, I hope you'll try the 2 most effective methods instead. 2 most effective methods are doing it repetitively, not reading it in a book, doing it, and doing it over and over and over, getting better, repetition, and engaging with others in mutual support and exploration. Hey guys, let's go out and play softball. Let's go out and do this. Let's go hiking. Do it as a group. Okay, cool. Let's see, how are our people? Any comments? We have the eggs. Correct. I know that, but thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Did anybody test the eggs? Did anybody test the eggs? I'm sure they're fine. I have no doubt they're fine. Also, a little bit undercooked, I think, is good, because then people don't eat the yolk. They just eat the white part. All righty then. Let's see. Next. Okay, Johan Hari. Yuval Harari is tomorrow. Today's Johan Hari, talking about everything you think you know about addiction is wrong. And cutting to the chase, the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection. And what is the minimum facts argument for that? Well, our behavior is controlled by what? Somebody tell me, what controls our behavior? What greatly impacts our behavior? Somebody jump in. What greatly impacts our behavior? What is designed to impact our behavior? Hello, is anyone there? Over. Just somebody throw something out. Habits, that is true. Routine, that is also true. Beliefs, that is also true. Think of it from a neuroscience-oriented approach. What or others. What affects our behavior? Okay, you could say feelings. So our beliefs certainly affect our behavior, because our beliefs lead to the release of neurotransmitters and hormones, right? So you have a belief, you have a stimulus, bang, you're going to have a release of neurotransmitters. And that's going to cause you to feel. And our feelings affect our what? Affect the the behavior. Feelings affect our behavior. The behavior affects the outcome. The outcome reinforces the belief. So belief plus a stimulus releases neurotransmitters that cause us to feel, that affect our behavior, that affects the outcome, that reinforces our belief. Okay? So if you apply that to addiction, yes, certainly habits, certainly routine, beliefs. A lot of people, it's hereditary. My parents were addicts. Well, you didn't inherit alcoholism. What you inherited was the ability to release a lot of dopamine. And the target was alcohol because you have a belief that you're an alcoholic, right? So you release dopamine. You think you're an alcoholic. You have a belief, I'm an alcoholic. There's a stimulus. You release dopamine. It gets you to want to have the alcohol, right? And what does NA or AA, let's focus on A. What does AA say when you notice you want to drink? So you're not doing unconscious behavior, not just reaching for the bottle over there. What does AA want you to do? Stop. Call sponsor, go to meeting. So call a sponsor. When you call the sponsor, that's another belief, right? Don't drink, call sponsor. Belief. If I call my sponsor, it's going to be okay. So I call my sponsor and I release what? Oxytocin. I might release a little serotonin too, because I feel pride that I didn't drink. Release dopamine. And yeah, that's how you do it. So Johann Hari is talking about the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection. Because what is the neurotransmitter you release when you feel connected to people? What is the one that caused Wadabevi to drive in a car with some other people and go to West Virginia? What was it? Being part of something, having friends, experiencing it together. What was it about the actual retreat that was so good? It was doing it with other like-minded people. That's what it was. It was being with the group. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety. It is connection. Connection with other people. Sangha, community, bambua, tones. So the opposite of addiction is not sobriety. It is connection. So you need to be connected to people. That's Johann Hari Babua. Okay. That is Bubangi. That is Johann Hari in a nutshell. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection. And then he builds a strong case for that. And the case for that started with the old rats in a cage experiment. Put a rat in a cage, give it 2 different types of water, drug water and plain water, and the rat will prefer the drug water, which led social scientists and other observers to believe there's something in the drug water, like chemical hooks that get in your brain, that once you do it enough times, you can't say no. Why? Because no rational creature is going to do something to the point where it kills itself. So if it ends up killing itself, it's because it had no choice. There was something in there, some kind of chemical hook in the thing. But then somebody came along, Bruce Alexander came along decades later and said, maybe it's not the drug water. Maybe it's not the water. Maybe it's the cage. Maybe the rat is choosing to drink the drug water because it is more enjoyable. The experience is more enjoyable than just being bored to death in a cage with nothing to do. So he built an experiment called Rat Park. And and then watched what happened. And the rats chose to be around other rats and with things to do. They chose to do that rather than to drink the drug water. Okay. And I would say that is the same thing with Matt, who about a year ago at this time, would not rats in a park, correct? So Matt, about a year ago at this time, would decide sometimes he would just go to the store, buy a couple 36 packs of, what was it, Ham's Light, something like that. Was it Ham's Light, Matt? And just go into seclusion and do that. And enjoy it. Natural ice? No, I don't think it was natural ice. Yeah, bush ice. Okay, bush ice. And polish those babies off. Natty Daddy. Okay, so he would do that. Now, what's Matt doing? Mr. Sociable. He is engaged with people. Right, he's got friends. He's here in the morning. Why is Matt here in the morning? Because he wants to be here in the morning, because he enjoys it. Right. And if Matt could sit through a breakfast without having to dominate the conversation and just eating with his mouth open, getting up and walking around, being the center of attention, it would be great for Matt to be at the Wednesday breakfast. But I don't think Matt is quite ready for that. But you did a good job the other night at dinner, Matt. Pretty good job. Talking with your mouth while you're chewing. Still got to work on that a little bit, but otherwise very enjoyable dinner. Very, very enjoyable dinner with Matt. Good conversation, good pizza, etc. So we were in Rat Park, Carmelo's. Okay, cool. So it's 16 minutes, 42 seconds in. People are going to wrap this up because we've got a lot of stuff to do today. Peloton, I have to leave here about 7:20 to get to the church, to the Methodist church, get it open, then drive back to bring people back. So, let's see. It never will be. What happens if I drink and never will be? Matt knows. What a bevy will. Tell everyone what happens if I drink. See you soon, Mr. Ed. Okay. All right, people. So thank you for being there once again. Let's have a good breakfast this morning. Let's have ideas, what we can do to help. I had a good meeting with Dr. Linden and Ryan yesterday. Looked at another new property in Las Vegas, which is kind of compelling. And we shall go from there. See you later. Om Namah Shivam. Home. I will be leaving my home